Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nick, and today I'm building another house for you in The Sims 4. But that's kind of a lie because I'm actually building 6 houses today. I am making a courtyard apartment complex lot in preparation for the next expansion pack, Sims 4 for rent. So I've talked about it a bit in my last few videos. I'm very excited for it. We get to design our own multi-family lots, and there's so much flexibility. So in preparation, I wanted to build my own courtyard apartments. I wanted to go for this style because I love how many windows you get when you have a courtyard, and I think that that also encourages people to talk more in that open courtyard space because it really is super nice and convenient to have, especially in this neighborhood. If you watched my last video, which I recommend you do because it's also a multifamily home, I actually built it right across the street from this, so you could have a lot of action on this street, and I think that would be really great. So some facts about this house before we get too far ahead and I forget. Each unit has 3 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms. It took me forever to figure out how to do the floor plan for this house. Actually, so many retries. I've been doing that a lot lately. I've been scrapping it and starting over until I got it just right. And I don't regret it at all because I think it only makes it better when I get to sit with it and really consider my choices. That sounds like I did something bad, but sometimes the floor plans are not the greatest. Just kidding, they're all fine and it would be perfectly functional. I just wanted to maximize the window placement and the balcony placement. So yeah, back to the actual units themselves. 3 floors, each floor is split into 2 apartments. They are all identical in floor plan. The only changes are the wallpapers and flooring and lighting fixtures, because I wanted each floor to have its own distinct vibe, but to lay out that vibe for you so that when you would go and download the house and move a family in, you already have something to work with. You can totally change it up, and I would love to see you do that, but in case you wanted some inspiration on how to paint the walls or a color palette to go with, it's there for you. And after I finish up the exterior, right now we're doing, I don't know if you want to call it the front or the back of the lot. The parking is there. The courtyard is on the other side, but this is the side that, at least on this lot, faces the alley, so it made more sense to put the driveway back there. It's a really good lot, actually. It has some cool lighting too and an amazing mountain view. Now I'm adding my own custom fence in for the courtyard itself, and I really like the one that I went with. None of the ones that are in-game were really doing it for me, and that's something I've noticed a lot more recently. When I see builds with custom content, one of the things I always see is railings and railings and fences and gates, because we're a little light in the game, especially because you can't slide them along. So if you have a 3 wide gate but a 4 wide space, it can't be centered. That wasn't an issue here, but it's been an issue in other builds. Right now I'm adding in these little, I think they're like railings. I've said that word like 5 times in a row now. That was not intentional, but just guards outside the window so people can't like open them. Let's go with that. And I'm adding this rooftop exit and adjusted the height of the platform up there so you sort of could go up there if you wanted to and walk around. I don't think it would be safe. In my brain, it would be maintenance people only who aren't going to do anything dangerous or risky up there. Now we're decorating the courtyard, and I kept it pretty simple. Just benches and some statues to look at in the middle. I don't think Only Murders in the Building, if you watch that show on Netflix, I don't think they have a courtyard apartment, but for some reason, I was inspired by the building in there. I didn't look at it for any reference pictures but it felt like something I was sort of going for. Each of the apartments is pretty big. It takes up the entire front to back of each floor. So it definitely would cost a bit, and there's, as I said, 3 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms, so plenty of space. You could even probably make the whole top floor a penthouse and tear down all the walls if you wanted to. That would be really cool. I don't think I mentioned it yet. You can download the build at my gallery page. My username is NickLastGame. The link will be directly in the description. If you're playing on console, you can just search it. I also put the tray files down below so that you're able to download it that way. I've never ever actually put a build in my game with tray files. I'm sure there's a bunch of YouTube videos out there if that is your preferred method, or if you're trying to do that for whatever reason, if your gallery doesn't work. But we're already inside, and I'm decorating the common spaces. I love the layout of the staircase. That part I was kind of taking inspo from The Big Bang Theory, and how they would just walk up the staircase back and forth, like never ending. That was fun. I just remember that really vividly from the show. I think they had an elevator in the middle. Maybe it was broken. But I think I remember them having an elevator. I didn't want to put that in this lot because it would just take up space, and I was trying to maximize the amount of space you would get in each apartment, because the floor plan and the layout, it was challenging, but I think this is a really functional layout that keeps the living, dining, kitchen, like great room space with full access to the double sliding glass doors onto the balcony, and the primary suite on the opposite side has full balcony access. So one of the things I wish I did differently going back, well, I wouldn't have done it differently because this turned out amazing, but if I were to try doing this again, I would make sure that the sliding glass doors were placed better, because they're not on the tile, so I couldn't easily draw a wall between them, and that is what really complicated the floor plan, because you couldn't separate the room there. It kind of had to be a more long room rather than like 2 squares on both sides. So my troubleshooting solution was to make sure that those rooms were what you would probably want to be the biggest. So I figured the primary suite and the great room. This, I imagine, would be a like teenage girl's room, maybe a child's. In the description I wrote that it's for an older woman, maybe a couple, and her 2 kids. I think she has younger kids. This one could be whoever's room that you would want it to be. I imagine there would be a child, though, because it has a single bed, and I wouldn't want to be in a single bed as an adult if I had a choice. And the people who live in this specific unit in my brain, if they wanted a double bed, they could get a double bed. Yeah, I added a toy box, so this is definitely for a kid. And a backpack. Perfect. This is the walk-in closet for the primary suite. The primary has a giant walk-in closet in every single unit, and its own spacious bathroom. All the bathrooms have the same layout, but I at least put in the essentials, so it would be like you were moving into an unfurnished apartment. That was my intention. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I've got some screenshots coming up, and there's a lot of good ones in there. So let me know what you want me to build. I really appreciate the suggestions that I have gotten. I love seeing you all engage with my videos. Makes me just know that I'm doing a good job, and makes this even more fun than it already is. So thank you. I appreciate you. I'm gonna continue working on the other builds that you've requested and The Sims, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone.